Actually, by 6.5, still actually we have gone too low in these seedlings. Given that you are raising the seedlings up to 1 year, up to 1 year, 1 year, 5 months, you can't sell it so cheaply.
Yeah. When it chipped in, it helped a lot of farmers because at least farmers were paying only 30%, which is 2,500 for each and every seedling. So I think what the farmers needs to come in and continue helping this. The government needs to come in and continue helping the farmers.
Yeah. Ourselves, we are fighting root rot at the nursery. Yes. We can't say that we are 100%. We don't see that there is a root rot challenges, and these root rot challenges can still be transferred to the farmer, or even the farmer himself or herself can continue breeding the root rot within their orchards. So root rot is a major biggest problem in the avocado industry. Then number 2 is the handling. By the time a farmer picks the seedlings, by the time it reaches at the farm, that plant could have already got exposed to a lot of challenges.
Good evening, everyone. Today we are here as Avocare team, and we would want to talk about what Avocare is, and then talk about the challenges in the industry. So, at Avocare is a consultant company that is registered within Uganda, and we have like 3 services that we offer. Number 1, we produce and sell quality has crafted seedlings, and then we have again agro inputs that we sell mainly in terms of has industry that are used in raising these has avocados. And then we have after agro inputs we have the consultancy services. And what do we mean by consultancy services is that we have agronomists that move around guiding you on how to manage these trees from planting all the way to harvesting. So we begin exactly by talking about the challenges in the industry. And some of the biggest challenges we have had or seen while we move around visiting, we want to talk starting from the bottom of the value chain, and that one is where the seedlings are. And in terms of seedlings, maybe Evans, you can tell us about what are the challenges in distributing of these seedlings or in the production of these seedlings. Have you ever registered any kind of challenge in terms of
So thank you so much, Mr. Emma. So my name is Ivans. We have a lot of challenges as far as seedlings are concerned. And maybe before, let's go at the bottom level, starting from the production of these seedlings.
Yes.
One of the challenges in the seedlings is the cost of the seedlings. We understand that the price of the seedling, the current market price, is 8,000.
Yes.
That's for the seedling between 6 to 8 months. Then we have the premium seedlings that goes for 15,000. That's almost over 15 months. So one of the challenges that we've been encountering is in terms of the pricing of these seedlings. A lot of farmers cannot afford to buy these seedlings because of the pricing. And we've tried our level-based as Avocare in order to make sure that we are accommodating these farmers so that they can afford to buy these seedlings at a relatively cheaper price. So we've come down up to around 6,500 seedlings, but that has been so much difficult because of the production cost of these seedlings. The cost of producing these seedlings, remember, it's a seedlings that takes almost over 8 months at the nursery. So the cost is very high. So one of the challenges that we have in these seedlings is the pricing of the seedlings. And then the second thing, in terms of delivery, we have a lot of challenges that we have been facing, but mostly it's on the farmer side. So assuming now farmers come to a nursery, you've given him the seedling, he has selected one of the best seedlings of the nursery, and he or she goes with the seedling. So there's also the part of handling side from the farmer. This is one of the challenges that we need to address, and that's why we are here, so that we can educate the farmers on how to handle, on how to care these seedlings before even planting.
In most instances, you hear farmers complaining about the seedling cost, but not if he has like 8,000 you have mentioned, he doesn't understand that there is so much that goes into producing that seedling. And maybe you can just give us a highlight of what exactly goes into that thing, like just on a rough point, like giving us like the inputs that goes into
You can see like
that
now,
seedling.
Emma, with this part of the seedling production, if we are to discuss much pertaining it, remember now you are incurring the cost of selecting the right production material, for example, like soil, manure, and then making sure, because when you talk about the soil, remember you must have well aerated soil. So all this one entails cost. Then number two, you come to potting bags. Potting bag is another cost. Number three, you come into selection of good disease-free seeds, whereby you really need to select only big seedlings and should be clean, disease-free. And then from there is fertilizers cost, which you have to incur by putting it on the pot in order to have the mature seed, the mature plants. So actually, all this one entails, it's a process. It's not a one shoe fits all. So, and that's whereby you can see by the time it reaches at that point of grafting, when it reaches a grafting stage, it becomes another thing. Because at the grafting stage, again, you have to procure science to graft the plants. And during that stage, you have some mortalities. I think I'm right. Yeah. So actually, there is a lot of things. So by the time you can have a farmer who wants to plant, but the problems becomes the cost of production. Yes, we may be willing even to give out seedlings at 2,500, but now there are these costs along the way. So actually, it makes it super hard. As the way Evan said, he has even tried to come up to 6.5. Actually, by 6.5, still, actually, we have gone too low in these seedlings. Given that you are raising the seedlings up to 1 year, 1 year, 5 months, you can't sell it so cheaply.
Sure.
Okay.
And so, also maybe it worked on the same. I think there's a point that you've touched. When you're producing these seedlings, we find that from seedling, each and every stage, you have to tone down the mortalities. So even you find maybe the real price of maybe producing a seedling can goes up to maybe like 4,000. But for you to produce maybe like 200,000 seedlings, you have to maybe put over 300,000 seedlings. That's another loss in terms of the mortalities. So that's why the price is shooting so high. And we advocate, so we are so much, at least we were lucky for the other program for the nuts. When it chipped in, it helped a lot of farmers. Because at least farmers were paying only 30%, which is 2,500 for each and every seedling. So I think what the farmers needs to come in and continue helping this, the government needs to come in and continue helping the farmers so that they can at least afford to buy these seedlings.
Okay. So at least we have got to understood that what informed that kind of pricing. And going forward, after procuring seedlings and transferring it to your farm, there are some challenges you would hear from farmers after planting. That maybe after planting, these are some of the unexpected challenges that comes from farmers. What are some of these examples of these challenges that we keep hearing from various farmers?
Raising a seedling is just like raising any kid. And actually, by the time we raise the seedling to a certain month, either between 6 to 8 months, in our nursery, we expect the farmer to go and look after it again. It's not all about the matter of picking it, go and plant it, and wait for the production. There are a lot of challenges along. Remember, this is our avocado, and we have actually diseases are the major thing, and it can kill this plant and can kill the industry. And the major one is root rot. Even ourselves, we are fighting root rot at the nursery. We can't say that we are 100%. We don't see that there is a root rot challenges, and these root rot challenges can still be transferred to the farmer, or either even the farmer himself or herself can continue breeding the root rot within their orchards. So root rot is a major biggest problem in the avocado industry. Then number two is the handling. By the time a farmer picks the seedlings, by the time it reaches at the farm, that plant could have already got exposed to a lot of challenges or other factors along the way. Transportation factor, You have where you are going to store. How you are planting it is another thing, which is really making the survival of this plant. If they can't plant properly, there will be a problem in mortality. If they can't continue treating it with fungicide, there is problem with mortality. If you can't transport it properly up to your site, and maybe you mishandle along the way, by the time you are going to plant, it will dry. So there's a lot of challenges along the industry.
Yes. Yeah, so you mentioned quite a technical aspect there. From how specifically do a farmer, maybe in terms of root rot, you have to talk of root rot, and before you plant your trees, is it possible that one can identify that there is a root rot infected already, or is it something that comes in later?
Actually, thank you so much. What I can give a quite elaborative statement is whereby, even myself, remember we are biggest producers of seedlings. At the end of the day, there's some batches, and normally in a nursery we divide them into batches. At times, there is a batch which is already infected, minus us knowing. And then there is another one which is really good. So actually, given that that's when I talked about, by the time you want to plant this seedling, you look for the disease-free seeds. You look for the disease-free scions. Because automatically, you can get a scion which is already affected by sun blotch. You can get a scion which is already affected by the psyllium rot, and you come and graft on your plant. At the same time, you can get a seed which is already affected by the root-borne diseases. You can get again this a seed which is already affected by the root rot. But it's only you. But now the thing is, you can't test and know. It's only you to make sure that you implement. First of all, have good soils, which is well aerated. We know that root rot to breed and to become something, it's called Phytophthora synonymy. It breeds a lot through water. So when your soils are not well aerated and it's clay soil, there is a build-up of the root rot disease. So actually, as a nursery guys, we keep on making sure that we don't have a conducive environment for root rot in our nursery. So the same thing must apply to a farmer. Where you are going to plant, make sure that your soils are well aerated. Should be a bit sandy, should be a bit not so clayish. The clayish percentage should be between 40 to 60%. If it surpasses there, then it means the stagnation of water rate will be so high, and automatically these roots will be soaked inside the water, and the breeding of root rot will start from there. Yeah. So actually, the mode of planting is very important, and where we say that. Most of the farms, the soils are very heavy. They are not these light soils. So first of all, either you plant them on the ridges of either 600 to maybe 300 to 600 millimeter. But we know with ridges are quite expensive. So the easiest mode out of the prototype which we created is mounting, and we have seen it how it works. Where a farmer needs to implement by raising a mount like the one of sweet potato, 2 feet, then plant your tree above. But initially, on this one, you must make sure you have water. Because actually, remember, these are just accumulated soil. With time, it will become so dry. So you need some small water to implement in order to make sure the survivability of the plant is still on. Yes. Yeah.
And I think maybe you've touched on a very critical point, because you find many times you can have a very good seedling, it's a quality seedling, very satisfied at mature, these farmers.
Yes.
But now, challenges on their hand, many of them, they don't carry out the soil testing even in terms of water. So you can find some farms, they are waterlogged, then root rot comes in. Some soils are having deficiencies. So that's where we come as a consultant company to help with these farmers. Because we have something like soil testing. We can come at your farm and test your soil, and then maybe we advise you. You can even check on the water testing.
Thank you very much. You have talked on importance of post-pruning challenges. You have responded so well in terms of heard you talking about the importance of aeration and building of that planting on a raised mold. And again, you have talked about the importance of doing soil testing, which is very important in terms of guiding your tree that they grow healthy. And maybe apart from after that one, after planting now, we come to problems of management. And that one is, you hear most of these farmers are like, they don't have experience in this avocado industry. It's still a new thing, and many of them, they don't know what are the management, how to guide this tree to grow, how to train, maybe in terms of water that is required, what amount does it need.
Yes.
What are some of the challenges that while you move around you hear from these farmers talking about in terms of management of this house? Is it supposed just to be planted and left like a normal tree, or there are some specific or technical aspects that must be looked into?
Okay. Actually, there are some technical aspects must be looked into. Given that this is a cash crop, and all of us we are looking to see that at the end of the day you have earned something.
Yes.
It's an investment. And another thing we say that you are growing, you are looking after as if you are looking a baby, after a baby. So actually there are some stages which you really it must undergo. First of all, make sure that you have water. Actually, if you can't water this tree during dry season, it will dry. Number two is whereby you must have a good program of feeding program, where you have to supplement with some fertilizers like NPK, the nitrogenous part of it in order to make it to grow very fast. Then another thing which you really need to check as a farmer is whereby you need some mulching in order for the tree to grow healthy. Number three, you need to spray some pesticide to prevent pests from eating the leaves. And then number four is to look after these fungal infections, whereby you need some fungicides to control them. And then you are ready to go. You continue waiting for the next 2.5 years to 3 years, you start harvesting. But these practices has to continue. Then there is another practice of pruning, whereby actually people leave the tree just to grow obviously, whereby you really need the nipping has to start as soon as possible, where you keep on pinching this tree to continue forming laterals as soon as possible, but instead of promoting apical dormancy. Yeah, so these are the major small challenges which farmers are facing. They don't know what to do, and that's how they continue calling and asking among these challenges. Yeah.
That was good. And I came across some farmers who are actually on there how to raise this tree. Another one was saying, no, you have to leave this tree so that it grows big like the normal one, so that you can be able to have a lot of branches and harvest like the normal one. And then the other one was like, no, since because you have this tree, you're expecting to get production out of it at least. So you have to make sure you train and you maintain it at a lower level.
It's true.
From your perspective, who was correct and why are we considering such kind of an approach?
As I had already said, it's an investment, and you must see the return of your money at the end of the day. So actually, how you are looking after it, it will determine on how it will give you the yield.
Yes.
If you allow it to grow, just be promised that yes, you will have a yield, but you will not attain the target which you really want. But among the good agricultural practices which you're really supposed to do is allow it to go up to 2 to 3 meters. 3 meters height is enough.
Yes.
So that at least allow a lot of branching in order to accommodate enough fruits for yourself. But if you leave it to grow only tall, because remember now, a taller tree you will have to climb on top to harvest, which actually there are 2 risks involved there. Either you fall or either you break the branch of the tree. So actually, and then the labor of harvesting will be so higher. So there's a lot of things which needs to allow your tree just to grow up to 3 meters with a lot of lateral branches, and then you are able to handle your harvest properly.
That one is good. And then there is this other question which is mostly frequently asked by farmers. Like, once you have planted your tree, he was surprised that from year one his tree was starting to flower. I don't know, is it something we can encourage that?
Okay, this Emma, there is something which will happen. These trees are from mature. They are from mature. When you are harvesting scion, you are harvesting from a mature tree, which is already flowering. So automatically, when you graft, automatically it does what? It continues with the pattern of flowering. So actually, we will not advise farmer to allow that younger plant to hold the fruits. It's still young. Allow the tree to grow up to 2.5 years, or either up to 2 years, 2.5. Then you do what? You allow it to put fruits.
So technically, this tree takes like 2.5 years
to start
production.
2.5 to 3 years.
That one is good. Now, maybe in part of once we reach production, then there is some new challenges that comes in, and you see, being a new thing in the industry, so many farmers doesn't know what exactly what exactly are you supposed to do with the tree that is flowering. You see a lot of flowers, and then all of a sudden it aborts. So people are asking, what happened?
Okay, that one comes in with a lot of factors. There's environmental factors which actually allow the tree. Yes, the tree can produce up to a million flowers, which I think on our next discussion we will try to discuss on that one particularly. You can see on our time limit is a bit squeezed, but actually we promise that on our next discussion we will be able to tackle it.
Yes. Next time I think we will have to engage deeper on this discussion.
Yes.
But because today we were talking on general challenges on the industry.
Yeah.
So next time we keep on diving more into each aspect and management. There is any challenge we missed or any additional?
What I can say that we still have a second episode. We will urge the farmers to continue following us and making sure they get attached with our episodes. We have tackled a bit up to planting in our challenges, which next will come about the on how to handle, and then there are other major challenges. There are other major challenges like market management, post-harvest handling, logistics. So actually, I'm too sure that we will be able to handle all these ones and make sure that the farmer should have this information. So with that few remarks, I think we have handled our.
Yes, so thank you. You have had, we have tackled all the challenges you've always coming to us asking, and maybe if you want to learn more, maybe on each aspect, keep on viewing for us, and then we'll give you the details of what exactly you are looking for. Thank you very much.